So, as I said before, today's lesson will be about tenses, okay? Tenses in English language. But before to start, let's look inside your brain so I can see if you know some information about this topic, the tenses, and especially the past tense that we will focus on in our class today. So, last year you were in the third grade, okay? That's what we call the past, as you know. In this year, the fourth grade, this is the present. The next year we will be in the fifth grade, or you will be in the fifth grade, and this is future, of course. Okay, that's good. I have a question also for you. So, can someone give me the definition of a verb? What is a verb exactly? Some answers? Okay, go on, Samira. The verb is it's a word that we use to describe what? An action. That's good. Really good answer. It's a word that we use to describe an action that the subject is doing. You still following with me? Okay. So the verb is a part of what? Of grammar. And grammar is about language. So since we were talking about tenses and time, I want you to consider or just imagine the language as a time machine, okay? That we can move from past, present to future, or even backwards. We can speak about things that happened in the past and so on, okay? And since the language is our time machine, I will teach you today how we can go back to the past so we can speak about some actions and describe them, some actions we did in the past. In order to do so, I will teach you a simple magic trick. Okay, so as you can notice, I already give you a list of verbs, and these verbs, that's what we call the regular verbs. Okay, these verbs are very simple to use, okay? And we will just use a magic trick so we can transform them and make them speak about things that we did in the past. Good. So as you can see on the list that I already give you, there are different verbs, and it's really simple to transform them so we can make them speaking about the past tense. Here's some examples. So you can see on the screen the first one, or the first column is about verbs that we will add just ed in the end or at the end of the verb, so it can speak about the past tense, such as play. We will add ed and it's now played. Good. Also we have listen. Listened. Nice. Now let's move to the second column. So also in the second column there are some verbs where we have to add 3 letters, okay? I-E-D. And generally these are the verbs that end with a Y, such as study. So in the past tense it will transform to studied. Studied. Great. And there are a bunch of other verbs that we will be learning about. Okay, but first I want you to listen carefully. There is a poem that contains some really interesting verbs that I want you to keep in mind. Our poem or our song for today, it's called Yesterday Was a Great Day. I will give you some minutes so we can listen to it together, and after that I want you to take a piece of paper and a pencil and write the verbs that you heard in our song. Okay, that's good. And by the end I will be asking you some questions. Also, you can ask me some questions if you didn't understand the poem, some difficult words if there are any. Okay, so thank you and enjoy the poem.